Oh, we did. Oh, man,
Hello,
no.
welcome to the Friday Night live stream of Georgia Shooting Connection. Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome in with us, and we have a mess going on in here tonight. If you look at this cast of characters, I'm proud to be associated with every one of them. So, shall not comply. So we got special guests, Scotsman, and Ozark, and our usual cast of characters, Kyle Lusk, myself, and Mr. Chico Wise. And we'll let Chico do what he does.
Sure. I see 22 of y'all out there. So thanks for joining us for another Friday Night Georgia Shooting Connection. We're glad to have you. We don't have any topics per se, but you guys know we always come here and have a good time. And we make topics sometimes. So that's how it goes around here. Brother Kyle, how you been, man? What's been going on?
Man, it's hot. It's hot. That rain came through. I didn't get any at my house, but it rained like a cow peeing on a flat rock. I had a different analogy, but this is a family show. It rained like crazy at work, and I get home and the dirt's dry, and I really need some water. I think I'm going to have to water the grass with paying for it. It's hot. Work was insane all week. Luckily today was a little bit slow. I actually left early, only about 30 minutes, but left early so I could get a couple of things done. And lo and behold, here we are. I'm going to introduce, let's see if I can get this right, Squatch.
Hey guys, man, I'll tell you what, this has been one heck of a week. Work's been busy. The industry I'm in, man, it's popping. So I have no complaints. My life hasn't changed one bit. Haven't got to spend any time really down here in the reloading room. So this is my first time in probably 2 weeks. But yeah, I'm looking forward to some time off. And it's hot. And Scotsman can probably vouch for that. It's been warm the last couple of days. A lot of storms, dealing with a lot of issues at work. But we're ready to get after it. So I'll just throw it up there to Jamie, let him take care of business.
I want to apologize for Chico not reading the description. We do have a couple of topics to it. And what's so bad about it is I sent him a text. Hey, old soldier.
He even responded to it.
But anyway, we're proud to have Squatch with us tonight. We're proud to have Scotsman. What's going on, Scotsman?
Not much, man. It's been a long week. We switched to 410s, so I got 3 days off a week now, which is kind of nice, but sucks because the first 3 days of the week we had nothing to do, so it was a very long week. But in the past week and a half, we've had some 44 Magnum cast, and I loaded up a whole bunch of 9mm this morning on Dylan. And heading down to Daniels tomorrow to do some shooting. And Firearms 101 will be there. And Firearms 101 has jumped on the CZ bandwagon like no one else's business. That man right there probably bought at least, I'm going to say, a dozen or more CZs in the last 6 months.
Wow.
He literally has gone to the point where he can't count them anymore. So yeah, he jumped on the bandwagon. So we're gonna have a fun day tomorrow. So I load some 9 for that tomorrow. But yeah, it's just been a crazy week, man. Happy to be here. Happy that the week is over, and glad I could get some reloading, man. And glad Dylan worked like a champ today. I only had a couple of issues with it instead of a lot of issues. So it ran pretty much like a champ almost all day.
Very good. So, Ozark, last but certainly not least, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. I've been spending money like the president here this week, I believe. The earlier this week was going through some of that reloading cash that I bought, and I've got 450 pieces of 44 Magnum brass. So I was like, what the hell? I got a hold of Kenny, and I've ordered that Rossi black on black. in 44 Magnum, the little carbine that they got. So as soon as he can get one in stock, he's going to send that to me. And then dadgummit, freaking Hornady finally announced a 6mm arc on Tuesday. And I don't know, I got to burn my butt and jumped on that bandwagon. I actually got a barrel from Brownells before they sold out. And of course, everything else is relatively stock material. I did order an XL upper from Aero Precision, so those little short fat cases won't rattle around in there. They'll eject out. So I mean, that whole round intrigues me a lot because Preacher got me into varmint hunting, and you can shoot everything from the 58 grain all the way up to 105 in that. And it's supposed to handle it just fine.
I was just thinking, you don't even have a 44 Magnum. What are you going to do with that brass? And then you kept talking.
Yeah, I'm spending money. That's what I'm doing.
Well, I gotta say, Squatch's beard's coming in real good, don't you think?
It is, man. He's getting there. He's definitely getting there.
I'm probably a fuzz behind Kyle right now, but give me a couple more weeks, we'll get there.
I finally just quit trimming. I was keeping everything all nice and clean and tight, trimming to the same length every week and a half or whatever. And I'm trying to get to the Jamie level.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to hear you give up on me.
I want this. I want this. That's what I want. At Christmas time, I want to go ho ho ho.
The only thing you trim is right here, man, so it doesn't interfere when you eat. That's it. It's the only thing you trim. Nothing else.
Yeah, that is a problem. I actually had to trim it last night because it was getting on my nerves. I'd be in the middle of eating lunch at work or something, be like,
You let the rest of it go. See, like right here, we'll get the handlebars going here pretty soon.
Well, this is too pretty to cover up with a beard. Besides, if I grew a beard, it'd be grayer than Jamie's rather.
I know your mama told you that, but she might have been lying to you, Ozark.
I think Ozark's problem, if you look at everyone in the chat, I think Ozark's problem is he's got too much hair up here. All of us, we have
for the girls, right? Curls for the girls, right?
Yeah, I got
what they were talking about at the gym.
I have a serious bald spot in the back of my head, but y'all know.
Dude, look at that.
I see that.
So wait a minute, Jamie. What you're saying is you have a serious bald spot.
That's serious. Got a pond on top of the hill. Is what my uncle used to call it.
Okay. All right.
I got a topic. If you don't mind, I got a topic.
All right, go for it. I was just fixing to kick one off. Go for it.
So, steel molds versus aluminum molds. I cast my first 44 Magnum with a steel mold here in the past week. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys don't own a steel mold, buy one. That thing freaking rocks. I heated it up once. I never had to heat it up again. And I was getting good bullets the entire time.
What about getting too hot? That's what my biggest problem is. They get too hot and you start smearing on the sprue plate. How about that? How's that work?
I never had an issue with it. Probably the first 4 or 5 pours were wrinkled bullets. After that, I had nothing but good pours.
So, Squatch, are you getting your aluminum mold too hot? Are you having to smear bullets from the sprue cutter?
Yeah, sometimes I get a little overzealous and I just keep going and going and going. And probably I'd say about the 15th pour, you can just tell how the sprue plate comes off. It'll start wiping, lead across the top of the mold. But I've been trying to run 2 molds, kind of back and forth to try to keep my temperatures down. But I was just curious if the steel mold, if that was the same thing that you experienced, Scotsman. I haven't played with them. I got like 3 molds and they're all aluminum. So
Get yourself a sponge and set it beside your tank. Eagle Eye say in a damp cloth, damp rag, either thing. Just set it down on there and watch it steam. cool that off. But
don't leave it there long. Don't leave it there long because
Right.
you use a lot of heat and just.
Think about it this way: like if you get sunburned and you put a damp cloth on your forehead or your arm or whatever to take the heat off, if you leave it there too long, it draws a lot of it real fast. So same thing with the mold. Don't put it on there for too long.
About 4 to 8 seconds is about, depending on how hot it is, and then you're right back in business.
Or you could transfer that heat. What I do sometimes, if I don't use a damp rag, the bottom of most people's casting pot or casting furnace, it's got a aluminum floor.
Yeah, like a foot.
Yeah, you set that mold there, or if you got a piece of aluminum, set it on that aluminum. It'll draw some of that heat away from it without bringing that temperature down too much.
I just use the mold rotation. I'll cast with 2 or sometimes even 3 molds at a time.
Right.
And I don't have an issue. You don't have to use the wet rag or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I've had it happen probably once with the smear lead, and I turn my pot down just a little bit, and then I normally set them down for a second, a good 10 seconds, but I'm not counting. But
the only issue I had with casting with that mold was I didn't stir the pot enough because I was too busy on the phone with Willie Bullet Man. Don't be distracted on the phone. You got to pay attention.
The side chat is blowing up about Sig Sauer. Yes, they have filed for bankruptcy in Germany, and they're shutting down their Germany plant. Apparently, all operations are still good to go in the United States. Germany got upset because all their R&D was being done over here, and it ended up knocking them out of a lot of government, military, and local police contract bids. And due to other regulations and everything that have happened in Germany, they're just closing it down. But I think the U.S. Market is still good to go.
Socialist government at its best.
Yep.
Yeah. I will say this: if you buy steel mold, be very, very careful. On the Lyman 4 cavity, they will not accept a Lee handle. So if you didn't know that, there you go. They will not accept a Lee handle. I had to buy one. I bought one off of eBay to fit this. I got to send it down because it's got some crap on it. But
show us again.
Is the handles too thick or just the?
Yeah, they're too thick to fit in the groove.
So it's sort of like the Seiko mold, sort of, or is it the Seiko that's the same
like that? Let me grab the handles real quick. You can see.
I think if
them suckers, man, they're $14.
That's what I was gonna say. I'd have filed them things down.
Me too.
Well, I found a good deal on eBay. It wasn't bad. I'll show you the handles here in a second.
I got a bench grinder, man. Come on down.
But you can see the difference.
Yeah.
Did you already get your handles from Lyman yet?
Yeah, I got the handles. They're right here. They're the old school handles.
Measure them and measure the leads. See how bad they are.
All right, hold on.
I've got the Lyman 2 cavities, but I thought that 4 cavities was the same, so at least I know.
No.
I think Walter has a video where he ground down some Lee handles and got them to get some measurements on it. Pretty neat.
Yeah, the bench grinder especially, because that's mild still.
So the Lee, damn chair. The Lee is 1/4 of an inch, and the Lyman is just a hair over 1/8 of an inch.
What are you measuring them things with, a ruler?
Measuring tape.
Get that,
Man.
Get him some
calipers.
calipers.
Grab your calipers or something.
You're not making case overall length with that, are you?
No. No, I've not had any issues with that. So, needless to say, I have an extra set of handles, which are going in the giveaway for our good brother, PC Bull Empire.
Yeah, he ain't here yet. I ain't seen him anyway. But he'll be joining us in our little project tomorrow. And
Yeah, I started his channel this week, man. He's a good dude. He's got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
He really is, and he's had a really tough year. He had to move and all kinds of other stuff, and so that's why I kind of did this for him to help him out a little bit. He deserves it. He's a really good guy, lots of knowledge. So, I mean, that was the biggest reason behind it. I've done some other stuff on the back end that a lot of people don't know about, and I don't care.
You want to be famous, baby girl? You want to be
I'm
famous?
happy to help when I can help. So Tim knows, and that's all that matters. But regardless of that, if you haven't subbed to Tim already, you need to. He's a good dude, lots and lots of knowledge, and I mean, come on, man, he's the emperor. What else do you need to say?
that's right. That's right.
Well, Scotsman, I can say this with all my heart. You have got one of the biggest hearts of anybody I know in this network. You've reached out and helped more people than I can name. And, we're all better off for it. So thank you.
And to top that, he's actually a good guy.
I appreciate it, man.
He doesn't just play one on TV.
No, I appreciate it. I do. I mean, I don't make a ton of money. I make enough to get by, and if I can help someone else out that's in a situation, it started with CMAX, and then honestly, it just kind of went from there, and it's never stopped, and it's not kind of what I expected for the channel, because the channel was originally started to be something for my nephews to watch back home, because I obviously can't see them and they can't see me other than video chat here and there. So that was the original purpose, and it took off like crazy with something else.
Well, you don't do it for the recognition. And, like you said, you're like the rest of us. You're not a wealthy man, but you do everything you can. And we're better for it.
I appreciate it, man. I really do.
And while I'm in the business of thanking people, I want to thank this guy right down here, Chico. I don't know if y'all can see it, but Chico and Carter sent Susie some flowers yesterday. It was a year ago yesterday that I lost Susie.
Oh,
And so
holy crap! It's already been a year.
it's been a year.
Well, I can say I can definitely say I'm sorry for the loss, man, and
I'm
I'll
sorry, brother.
definitely say that Chico, that's awesome, brother. It really is. That's awesome.
Yep. They delivered them. They didn't ring the bell or anything like that. And I just happened to walk out the front door. I was like, what in the world? And it warmed my heart. So the boys. So we're going to go see her tomorrow.
That's awesome, Chico.
If anyone wants to buy me stock in USPS, I would greatly appreciate it. I've shipped so much stuff.
I'll buy you some CZ stuff, not CZ, but some SIG stock right now on the cheap.
Well, that's just one more reason why you should either buy CZ or Smith & Wesson.
That's it, man.
I'm just saying.
Well, I got a SIG suppressor and a SIG red dot, but those are both made here in USA. So, well, the red dot probably came out of China, but
I'm sorry.
this was made here.
I totally didn't realize it was a year.
Before too long.
Okay, listen, guys, y'all talking over each other. We can't hear. We hear a muddle. Okay, Kyle, go.
The way it's looking, a lot less things are going to be imported from China. And the bad side of that is it might put like Dollar Tree and places like that out of business.
Harbor Freight.
Yeah, Harbor Freight. Yeah.
Okay, now Ozark, go.
Oh, I said my piece.
Well, we couldn't hear it.
But say I was teasing Scotsman. I said I'll buy him some SIG stock. That I can get that on the cheap right now. But the only thing I have from SIG is a suppressor and a red dot. And the suppressor was made here in the United States, but the red dot probably came out of China. Seems like all optics come out of China or Japan, unless you want to spend $5,000 on a Swarovski.
Right. I've seen those Savarskis, and they are incredible. There's a scope made in Italy that's got. There's no way I'll ever be able to afford one. I can't even remember the name of it. Seems like it. Does it start with a Valhalla, Val something? Anyway, y'all probably know more about it than I do. They're in the side chat. They're talking about the mineral oil. That's the only gun oil I use too. I use the mineral oil to lubricate. I use the Edge Red that I mix up myself. There it is.
Valdata.
There it is.
I was trying to say that, but I didn't want to talk over anybody. I'm going back on mute.
Don't be like that, Kyle. We're just trying to function, brother. And another thing I like to use on AR bolts is this stuff right here. And those are the only lubricants I. Don't be squinting to see that, Kyle. You've seen more of that. You've seen more of that than anybody else. Anybody that's been in the military will recognize this stuff. What does it say? Grease, comma, rock. So, yeah.
I use good old-fashioned rim oil, but I also clean my guns pretty good. So,
yeah. So, we wanted to talk about powder scales tonight, but we've got bombarded by the SIG news, the Hornady news, the state of things in our country. I don't know. Chico, start us off with, you want to run through the side chat and then show us what you're using for scales.
Yeah, sure. Let me go back to this other side so I can open it up a little easier. I'll try to do it. Let's see what YouTube does today, because they always play around. Let's see. Participants. All right. It says it's 10 of y'all out there. So thank you all, 10 of y'all. That's what YouTube does. James Pollard, JCM 45, Lakeview Outdoors, Reloader 762, Russ Brumbelow, 6-shooter Texan, Texarkana, Thoughts of an Old Soldier, Willie Bullet Man. There we go. We got a few more. Insight Freedom, James Pollard, Broke Loader, Biggie. Now they're popping up. Fuzz T Fork 8. Let me go back to the comments now. I don't know why YouTube does that. So, very first one says Eagle Eye Shooting. Daniel God is my judge. Willie Bullet Man, Insight Freedom, Thoughts of an Old Soldier, Broke Loader, William C. Chapin. Got Andy 79 Z28, OL1 guy. We got GGW Reloaded, MCK's out there. Edward Petty, Bill Welsh, Russ Brown below, Reload, K24. Thank you for joining. Never seen you, but glad you're here. Max Bear, James Pollard, and that is, I'm sure that's not 41, but that's what my side is showing. Normally Chris 338's here. He'll say if he's here. Eagle Eye Shooting's here. Let me go back to the bottom. Jason Stewart, I see him. Floyd Hicks, there we go. I don't know why they do that, but thanks all 41 of y'all for being here with us. Jamie, you said scales. Did we do scales last week?
If y'all want to talk about powder scales, if you don't, we'll move on to something else.
Oh, it don't matter. I think last week we did scales, and I didn't get to show mine, but I was telling you. So I have a scale that a lot of people they're not too happy with it. It's okay. It works for me. It's the Hornady. I'm sorry. It's not the Hornady at all. It is the Frankfurt Arsenal. Hornady sucks, I heard. It's the Frankfurt Arsenal little cheap scale, right? It is slow. That is a fact. A lot of people will tell you that it is very slow. It is. But I'm digging this scale right here, this RCBS 505, if y'all can see it. The pan on these, if you ever lose the pan, maybe buy another scale because the pan is like $25, $35. That was the main reason for me buying the scale, because I was at a local store, because the scale that comes with the pan that comes with this Frankfurt Arsenal is like a aluminum or steel one, and I just wanted one of these because of the spout on it and the two handles. So I was at my local gun store. It was like $28, $38 for it, and I got the whole scale on eBay used, and it was probably like $50 to $60 shipped. So, but I like that scale. I always agree that you need a manual scale. Actually, a lot of manual items, just because guess what? Electronics fail all the time. Whether you leave the batteries in them, they start leaking out acid, and it's a lot of other stuff. So those are, and I do have a Wahoo. Let me show y'all. It's not the Wahoo that everybody likes, but it does work for me. It's this Wahoo, and I think that it's no longer for sale up under the name, and it works good. So I keep the cover on it. But talking about those Wahoos on Amazon, they no longer sell those up under that name. They're up under a lot of other names like Home Geek and some other ones. I'll post some links to it. But yeah, that's what I use for scales. I've got some other scales.
For me, I was having a lot of issues with the Hornady, and a lot of people complain about the Hornady. When I first got it, it wasn't bad, but then I started having inconsistencies with it quite a bit. And so I was looking for the Wahoo and couldn't find one. And so what I ended up buying was this Maxxis Elite. And this Maxxis Elite is less than $20 on Amazon. And this thing is extremely accurate and to the point and to the T. And for $20, it is way better than the Hornady. I've had zero issues with this. And one cool thing with this too is you see it's got an extra set of batteries just sitting inside.
Huh. Nice.
So it's a good deal for $20. You really can't go wrong. Does a really good job. Had zero issues with it.
Very cool. Very cool. We're always looking for the next really cool thing.
I took a chance on it, and it was well worth the $20.
All right, Squat, you're next.
All right, scales. I use this Dylan, and I didn't pay the money for it. I got it as a gift, but good scale. It's got the battery backups. It's the de-eliminator. But my favorite scale, and it's not because of the pan, is the RCBS 505. I run everything across this scale. It is dead on, and I don't have it down here, but I got a little piece of glass that I put it on, and I swear that scale is more accurate than that Frankfurt Arsenal IntelliDropper, and I trust it even over this de-eliminator scale. So that's my go-to scale. I'll set up on this electronic, but I always bang up my charge weight across that RCBS 505. That's a great scale, and you can catch them used. I think I picked this one up on Facebook Marketplace in a whole package deal with a lot of reloading stuff. So that's my scale that I go to 100% of the time.
Very cool. Kyle, what you got, bro?
I use the good old-fashioned this Wahoo. I've got the big one like Chico's got, and they're within 0.02 of a grain of each other. Wouldn't you say, Chico?
That's a lot. Are you sure?
No, tenths, hundredths, 200.
Oh, I thought you said 200. I was like, that's a lot for a scale to be within. Yeah, they are.
I've
the
got
reason why I got that big Wahoo is because it is to the hundredths of a tenths of a hundredths. That's why I got it.
I've also got the Hornady balance beam. I forget the model number. I've got it as a mechanical backup because, like you said earlier, everybody needs a mechanical backup for everything. As far as an automatic powder measure goes, I use the Hornady. A lot of people complain about it, but that's because they don't know how to read an instruction manual because there's all kinds of adjustments on there. I rarely have an overcharge. It may take an extra 3 seconds to drop a charge, but that's okay because usually when I'm using it, I'm loading precision rifle ammo, and I want it to be 44.95 grains. It comes with a little CD. It comes with a book. If you don't like to read, you can watch the video, but it shows you how to do it because everybody's complaint with it is too many overcharges. That's because you didn't set it up right for the powder that you're using.
Yeah, you're running it too fast.
It works great. You can adjust when it slows down and how fast it goes, if it even goes fast. You can wait all dang day for a 7 grain charge of tight group if you want to. It'll run that slow. So you can't tell me it's not accurate.
Well, I'm glad we're talking about scales because I took some batteries out of one of mine. All right, what are those, Art?
Funny.
The Home Geek is my little scale. I use when I verify on the Hornady powder dispenser, just like Kyle has. I've got a couple other scales, but those are my two main ones. I actually do not have a beam scale, so shame on me. But like Kyle said, that Hornady, you can adjust it. When I'm doing long stick powder through it, I do have a trickler next to it, and that's faster. But that's only when I'm doing precision charges that I do that. I use the Hornady powder dispenser for my 300 blackouts to my pistols and stuff like that. I mean, it throws. It's consistent. I can do stick powder in it. I can do H110. I can do trail balls. It runs it all.
Very nice. I should have bought one of them. My local gun store had them for $130, and I messed around and didn't get one until they were all gone. So I went down to buy one about a week and a half ago.
When you get it, you get the micro adjustments on there. And I mean, it's tight and it's accurate too. So
I was talking about the
electronic.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess it's my turn. I got the Frankfurt Arsenal, little bitty, and these things are just they're so handy and light and take up very little room. But I guess that was the first one I had. I think I bought it at Cabela's for like $30, and then I saw Johnny's Reloading Bench, and I had to have me one of these Wahoo. And these things, this one is the 0.1, not the 0.01. So I was lucky to get that one when I did. I went to a reloading class at Adventure Outdoors. Chico knows where that is, and Kyle does too, I think, don't you, Kyle? You know where they are.
Yes, sir.
They're kind of hard to miss. They're so blanking big, man. But I bought this. You see, it's red, and it starts with an H. To me, it did work great. Biggest waste of money I ever. Dropping this thing is no big hairy deal, folks. Trust me. And then I have this scale, the Hornady. I need to work with this thing. I need to get where I can use this more better. Maybe Squatch can teach me how to use it better. I think if I read the instructions, what do y'all think?
We don't need no thinking instructions.
Heck, most people don't read the reloading manual, so you'll be all right.
If it fits, it ships. Send it.
That's right.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, chap. Jamie doesn't like any scale that's red.
I like that beam scale, and I think I'll really like it when I find my book and read all about how to do it. Problem is, I've got 4 scales, and none of them read the same thing, except for the Wowoo and the Frankfurt Arsenal. And the problem with the little Frankfurt Arsenal one is that you can outrun it. You'll get overcharges because it thinks so slow.
Right.
And of course, Johnny's Reloading Bench did a video about that. But it's a very good scale, particularly for the money if you're patient. But
that's what I started out with. It was actually gifted to me by a guy that I was reloading with at his house. And then I started reloading, and he said, "Here, take this with you. You're going to need one anyway." And so I was using it, and then I got that balance beam so I could verify everything because I don't really trust electronics. And it's dead on. And then another buddy of mine started reloading, so I paid it forward and gave it to him. I said, "Here, just keep it going. Use it till you find something else that you want to use, and then when one of your buddies starts reloading, give it to them."
it just hit me what Chapin's talking about.
What he's saying is, I'm a fat ass and Chico's skinny. That's what he's saying.
No, he said, I don't like any scale that's red because I got a box full of these things.
Exactly.
Well, if anyone knows how to work that lease scale, I got a comment from Poco Loco. He has that in I guess he got like an anniversary deal or something. He got a package deal, and he messaged me about that, I think on probably Instagram or something. And I told him some people enjoy them. I know some people say they use them.
From everything that I've seen, there is no way to operate that Lee safety scale.
Right.
You operate it with a sledgehammer.
But it's new. As long as I told him to look over his instructions, and with a scale like that, really any scale, it needs to be level. So
yeah,
you got to play around. I had to play around with this RCBS one myself. So
that Lee uses that piece of stamped metal as its micro adjustment. Well, it can lean this way or it can lean that way. It doesn't hang true. Yeah. So that fine of adjustment, if it's leaning one way or another, forget it.
That Jamie has a box full of them for us to blow up.
And I got all the tannerite right over there.
We're going to blow them suckers sky high. You coming to Dead Zero, Ozark, and bring that stuff with you, and we'll put it to good use.
Well, if I don't go to Canada, there might be a very good chance I come to Dead Zero.
That'd be awesome.
We would love to have you. I got a surprise cooking for the guys that show up.
I know what it is, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
You better keep your mouth shut.
Largemouth bass?
Yeah, the one that hangs on the wall and talks.
Oh, okay. Billy Bad Bass?
Yeah, is that his name? There's Lever Guns 5110. Mr. Levers, I almost called you this week to invite you to be our guest because somebody wanted to do a kind of a cartridge corner thing on the 5110, and I thought, who knows more about that than Lever Guns 5110, and maybe we can do that next week if you're available. We'll get on that, but Hornady put that thing out. They put out the 6mm arc, I think, and PC Bullet Empire showed up. He did a video about his thinking on it. So before we delve into that a little bit deeper, let me say this, and I'll ask you guys, Chico and Kyle. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Willie Bullet Man, myself, Ocean 374, and the Emperor are doing a reloading workshop on the 350 Legend.
Mhm.
And I was asking Squatch and Ozark and the Scotsman before y'all came on, should I do that on the Georgia Shooting Connection or should I do it on my channel? And Squatch said that I needed some blanket videos, that I need to do it on my channel.
Do it on your channel. That's fine, man.
Yeah, I would agree.
So, yeah, it has been a minute since I put one out, but I'm working on 2 or 3 right now. Okay, I'll call you, Mr. Leverguns. So we got to get the Emperor working on his beard and
Ozark on his beard. Get some work going.
Yeah, go get him. Go get him.
Curtis, you're late to the party, brother. I already made a joke like about that. No, Ozark.
Well, you know, they took 2 years to develop it, and they didn't release it until after the military accepted it. So, you know, I got faith in the round. I just hope you don't run into the issues that everybody ran into when the Legend came out and when the Valkyrie came out, was they weren't reaming chambers properly and stuff like that. They rushed stuff into production. But apparently Hornady's been coordinating this since last fall sometime. So, you know, and if you look at the names of the companies that have agreed to go into production, I'm happy with it. So I was willing to take that chance. I bought the 20-inch barrel, and I've already got some parts coming in from Wilson Combat. Bought my lower today and took upper and handguard and dropped them off at my local gun store. And I got the lady there Cerakoted in titanium gray. And so all the parts will be black and the major components will be gray. So I think that'll be a cool look.
Sounds like
my different calibers, I have different colors. I even bought 4 Grendel mags, and I've got her Cerakoting those. So everything's the same color, even though a Grendel mag looks like an AK.
So there's Georgia Boy and Walter Coates is popped in on us. So welcome, brothers. 277 Fury for the new belt-fed military stuff.
Well, I don't have the Form 1 to do the belt fed, so.
80,000 PSI. Goodness gracious.
Well, let's face it, guys. Real happiness is a belt-fed weapon.
Hey, you don't have to worry about magazine limits.
That's right.
Hey, Jamie, did you send the pastor a link? I don't know if it's one, but he's out there in the side chat.
I have not sent him one in probably 3 or 4 months. I need to start sending him one again. And I hadn't heard from Sharinda this week, so I didn't send her one. Did you hear from her, Chico?
No, I know she just moved in, and she's still. You guys know how that is, moving in, getting everything situated.
Let me just tell y'all.
Her Dillon press. She put it in the front seat.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
she's busy moving. She's moved the Dillon and she had it buckled up in the front seat.
Bill, let me tell you a little bit about West Desert Shooter's video. He had the Unita Precision bolt action in 6mm arc, and he was hitting a 8-inch steel plate at 800 yards. Missed one.
Mm-hmm.
Factory Hornady loads.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can do that with factory, think about what you can do with your reloads.
So yeah, Preacher got me into hunting varmints, and it'll handle the 58 grain all the way through the 105 with the 1 and 7 twist, and 58 grain bullet, you ought to be able to get it on up there over 3,800 feet per second. in an AR platform with low recoil, man, going after a coyote or a prairie dog or something like that, second shot, that's the problem with the bolt gun is getting back on it after that, on that second shot, because I don't care how good you are with a bolt, you're coming off a little bit, because in a hunting situation, you're not laying prone. So when you're laying prone, you can lay there and run it all day long because you got 3 points of pressure. But when you're hunting, it's a different ballgame. So that's why I got it. And that's why I got the 20-inch barrel, because turtle popping and coyotes is the way I'm going.
A 20-inch barrel with that round would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. They developed it for an 18. If I build another, they said it'll run in short pistol gas as well. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, the whole concept of and it's not that much bigger than a 5.56 in diameter, but
243, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is a 243, right?
Yeah, 6mm and 243 are the same bullet.
Okay, Squat, you've been quiet. What's your thoughts?
I'm very intrigued by it. I just want to see some ballistics compared to the 6.5 Grendel. That's kind of where I'm sitting, and I'm sure Ozark's going to prove me where I need to be. But that's kind of, I'm just wanting to see the ballistic differences between that and the 6.5 Grendel. I think, there's a lot of good 6mm cartridges. I think like Gavin Tube did one on the 6mm Dasher, and a bolt gun. So I'm just kind of, I want to see more information before I jump on the bandwagon. I think, I got on the 6.5 Creedmoor bandwagon there for a while, but I still like my 30-06. So that's kind of where I'm at on it. So,
well, dang it, my next purchase is going to have to be a safe. So,
yeah,
I love the concept of it in an AR. I mean, in a gas gun specifically, that's what I'm interested in, getting more accuracy out of a gas gun versus a bolt gun. So I'm waiting to see all the videos on. I can't wait.
Well, Hornady addressed that with the 6.5 Creedmoor. You got to run it through an AR-10 platform. So, you're automatically losing 4.5 pounds.
Yeah.
By switching platforms. And I love my POF AR-10, but man, at the end of the day, that 9.5 pound gun loaded with 25 rounds and throw a scope on it, it wears on you.
Yeah,
it wears on you on a hog gun.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're up to 12, 13 pounds, maybe 14.
Well, a suppressor, a scope, and 25 rounds, and yeah, it can get there.
When you're varmint hunting, Ozark, are you using like a tripod, or are you running everything on a bipod, or what are you doing? I'm just curious.
For coyotes, I'm running a tripod, usually sitting in a chair, running that way. And then when we're out shooting, not prairie dogs, but woodchucks and turtles, I'm running off a bipod. So
yeah, we do coyote on tripods over here with night vision and all that, or thermos scopes and stuff. It's a good time. Real good time.
Yep, didn't get to do any coyote hunting this past fall and winter, but Twisted Twines Farm up in Missouri, I'm allowed to hunt coyotes year round up there, being a private farm. So they're like, please come shoot some coyotes.
Yeah, I would ride out there to do that. So apparently we got a Savage with a tough bolt lift. Hey, Pat, welcome in, brother. So, Chico, you've been quiet too, brother. What are your thoughts?
On a new round?
On the 6mm arc.
Man, I know nothing about it. I know I can tell you that Nebraska probably be real high, and it's like everything that comes out new. In my opinion, it always carries a premium sometimes, and I could be wrong about that. But I was at the range a couple days ago, and then a couple days before that, and a lot of people are at the range with these they were with ARs, right? And I'm like, what are you shooting? 5.56, and you know, a lot of people. I guess I have that look like I am approachable, but they was asking for help. Like the guy was like, I put this red dot on here, and I was like, what caliber? It's like 300 blackout. The other guy, he had a 6.5 Creedmoor. I'm like, where you guys getting these weird? And come to think about it, that's only what I believe. That's probably only what's in stock right now, or that's what they were left to buy. Don't come down here. Go on upstairs. Hey, go on upstairs, boy.
Well, 6.5 Creedmoor has been the hot round, you know, for
Right.
a year and a half, but it's an AR-10 platform. So it's a more expensive, more limited platform.
Right.
And
So I'll stay away from any new developed rounds, but I do like 300 blackout. So I didn't get to watch PC Bullet Empire's video,
I hadn't either. I'll watch it after this.
but I watched his fishing video.
Everything but the barrel is the same as the 6.5 Grendel. So all you need to swap out is a Grendel bolt and a barrel. Of course, you got to have the Grendel magazines, but all that's already on the shelf. My gun store I was at today, where I bought my lower, he had Grendel magazines hanging there, and I asked him. I said, "Well, I said, you know, you got Grendels here." I said, "How popular is it?" He said, "Well, you know, it's been around an AR platform for 10 years now." He says, "I got a lot of Grendel customers. That's why I keep the magazines on the shelf." So same brass. It's
And how much are the magazines? Are they more expensive than your 5.56?
I paid $16, and it's a steel magazine, like a military style, but it's got a heavier curve, like the AR 8K style.
Now I have shot the Grendel, or a Grendel, when we were at the range day last year, and it shot nice. Let's just say that it shot nice, and I shot it with a can on it at 850 yards. But Jamie, when I was walking away, what I wanted to do, I want to correct something that somebody probably gonna correct. I said I have a 505 scale, but when I bought the scale, doing the research, it's actually an M500, but my research showed that it's the newer 505 scale. So it's a M500 scale. But from my research, they were saying it is the newer 505 because it's not like the old, it's not like this color RCBS. It's the, I don't know, what is that, like wrinkled color or something like that, the paint on it.
Got a little more blue in it, doesn't it?
No, it's got like it's got some gray in it, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, but the original ones are kind of real, kind of pale green like that, a little bit, sort of. But this one's a little bit. But my research showed that it still is a upgraded 505 scale. So
mine's an M500 too. I just had to look, and you're right.
Right. But I've always been calling it 505. So I just don't want to confuse anybody. So yeah, the 6mm, but I've seen a lot of people recently have been kind of going at it. That pops up on my feed because I'm subscribed to a lot of like long range shooter guys and stuff like that. So it appears to be like a long range cartridge, but I know nothing about it, really, to tell you the truth.
Hornady put out a great video on it. They put out a bunch, but they just took their 23-minute one or whatever it is and cut it up into a bunch of little ones. West Desert Shooter had one out, and so did Gavin too. So,
yeah, I seen Logan's. But what about the brass? Is that going to be a challenge, or is there going to be something that you can convert? Okay, same brass for the Grendel.
Yeah, it's neck back just a hair further. Starline is selling blank brass, so they've also got the Grendel brass. But Hornady has already got the brass available, and it's not terribly expensive. It was like $34 for 50, something like that.
Ain't bad.
Hornady's always made decent brass in my eyes.
I think the other piece for me too is, like, in Ohio, we can't use rifles for deer or any large game like that. So I think, you know, for me on a selling point, I got to kind of stick with straight walled stuff. I want to run an AR platform. So things that are intriguing to me are like the Beowulf or the SOCOM, you know, those straight wall cartridges. That's kind of where, in the Buckeye State anyways, if you want to get into a good AR platform for hunting, that's kind of where we're at right now. But, coyote varmint hunting, it's very, very intriguing for sure to see that new cartridge come out and see what it's capable of.
Well, and you can use the same lower as the Bushmaster and the 350 Legend. And that was their whole premise, was they wanted to carry the same platform. And they're using it to replace their AR-10s. That's what the military developed it for, to replace their AR-10s in the 308s. So, it'll be interesting to see what the military does with it.
Now that's always a plus for me. If I can use my standard lower, for my 5.56 or my AR pistol, if I can use my standard lower like that, that's always a big plus for me. So that's why I think the next thing I'm going to do is going to be 300 blackout.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Your next step after that needs to be a can, or buy the can and then build the blackout. But
so there's y'all from Eagle Eye. And we had a question earlier about the best all-around bullet for 6.5 Grendel. I have no experience with that, so I'm not qualified to say that, to say anything about that. All my stuff's old school because I'm old, and I just think.
And you work for a school.
Seasoned, Jamie, seasoned.
So, Ozark, what's a good all-around 6.5 Grendel bullet?
I am not an expert on Grendel, but I know it shoots the lighter bullets, the 58s and 70s, and in that range. Johnny's Reloading Bench has got a lot of 6.5 Grendel videos out there, but that's where this one, it shoots the heavier. Was it a 103 and 105 are the match rounds on this one? So the 243 guys can tell you a lot about all that. There's 123 PC.
PC said 123 grain.
So, but it's it's a bigger bullet. It's a 6.5 millimeter versus a 6.
Right.
So I'm just going by what Hornady was talking about in the development.
Well,
your large type 243 bullets are 105s, maybe 115s if you can find them.
Brothers, hey, bro.
Squatch earlier, Chico was talking about people showing up at the range with ARs, and he's asking them what caliber they're shooting, and they got 6.5 Grendel, 6.5 Creedmoor, 300 blackout, and all that. You ought to see the look on their faces when I'm showing up with my gun and I'm shooting 358 Eagle, and they're like, "Damn, I ain't never heard of that." And I'm like, basically, it's a
Wildcat, baby.
basically, it's a slightly modified 350 Legend, shoots 38, 357 bullets. That's all it is. And I did slug that barrel, and it's got 3 grooves. Me and Eagle were talking last night and giving me some load up. I think Kenny, if he's available, is going to join us on our workshop tomorrow. So that'll be good if he can make it. And
are you guys uploading over to the Reloaders Network first before YouTube? I'm gonna try to catch it, but I'm out tomorrow, so I definitely want to check that out.
That one I will probably send over to James to put on the Reloaders Network as soon as we get finished. So we should be on that should be on my channel and the Reloaders Network by dark tomorrow. Big E's got some stuff going on right there. But basically, with what we did with that 358 was we just we had so many molds for 38 and 357 Magnum that it was a natural fit for us to have more options if we had a 357 or a 358 barrel over the what turned out to be a 355 barrel for the
3555, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, 9mm. Uh-huh. Well, and you got heavier bullets available too. I thought 140
Is there,
because you're going to find it.
I seen Georgia.
Go ahead, Chico.
I think he froze up on us.
Nope. But yeah, I mean, you can get 158s all day long and 357.
Earlier this week,
I think Carter's streaming some movies upstairs or something, messing up Chico.
look, I know what the problem is. Carter's got the iPad.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
I think Dad's about to lay the smack down, ain't he?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, Eagle, I might have to get in on that one. So we're talking about and Willie's sounding off too. I think it should have been a 358 barrel. Also, I think the Emperor agrees. I think it should have been because you got so many bullets for 35 Remington, 35 Wayland, 38 caliber, and 357 Magnum that you can. I mean, you can go anywhere from 110 grain up to 250 grain. But as I was talking to Kenny last night on the phone, that the barrels, the loads that he shot in our barrels before he sent them to us, it seemed like the heavier the bullet, the better.
Mm.
And of course, that gives you a longer profile and so forth and so on. Y'all know all this.
Yeah, your twist has a lot to do with that, I think, too.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Another reason that the lighter bullets didn't shoot so well in my initial loads was that the fact that my lever gun, our Rossi's and 38 Special 357 Magnum are a 1 in 30 inch twist. Chico, is that correct? Okay.
Correct.
My barrel in my 358, the AR, is a 1 in 11. So it's, 2/3 faster. So, yeah, a bigger, longer barrel bullet is obviously going to shoot a whole lot better. So, yeah. So apparently we got a thing going on here. Kenny, if you'll do the barrels, man, we're Hitting Steel's talking about doing a GoFundMe to get the reamer done up, get the reamer bought, and Kenny's going to do us okay. That's good to know right there. And of course, I'll get back to that, Curtis. I'm sorry. The Emperor saying his is 1 in 16. Yeah.
Same as like a 4570. Yeah. Eagle Eye, I'd jump in on that. I wouldn't mind getting another upper built with the short barrel.
Now, is there load data out there available?
Quantity supposed to release it on the 14th.
Okay, so probably the other manufacturers probably follow suit.
That's when they're releasing all their reload, their dies and brass and all that.
So, yeah, I think Kenny let us know what these barrels are going to cost. Because Curtis, from what I've seen so far, yes, sir, the case wall thickness does make a difference because I have some Winchester brass, and then I have some Starline brass, and the Starline brass, I can seat the bullet out further with the Starline brass than I can the Hornady. And
Julio had some factory brass split on him. I remember on a gym chat about 3 weeks ago, he had 4 or 5 of them that split lengthwise on him, and those were factory rounds.
Ribbit.
Kyle's outside.
Yep, ribbit.
Yeah, I noticed when Ozark was like, "Go ahead, Chico," then I said something, so it was a delay. I said, "Yep, Carter's got like 10 apps open on the iPad." I was like, "I'll be back."
I'm thinking 20 inch. That's what Ozark got, and I like a 18 or a 20. My 358 barrel is a 18 or 17 something.
Their load date is going to be based on an 18-inch barrel.
Okay, so
I
18
believe mid-length gas.
with what?
I believe mid-length gas, not carbine length, but I don't quote me on that. But that 20-inch was a rifle gas, and I got the Wilson Combat, that new adjustable gas block.
Hey, look, quick question. See if Eagle can answer that. When you get a reamer like to making those barrels, you only got a certain number that you can make, right, with that reamer before it start wearing out.
So Mario joined us. Welcome in, brother. Emperor wants a 24-inch barrel.
That'll reach out there. But this is Wilson Combat's new adjustable gas block. You adjust it from the end with a screwdriver. So you, let me get it where the lights. Well, you can see it's got a flat head. So you're not trying to get an Allen wrench when you're trying to adjust glass. You're not trying to get an Allen wrench through your handguard. Or what some people end up doing is leaving their gas block exposed from their handguard. That's not good. But this one you go forward in and you adjust it. It's got 16 adjustments in it. And Wilson came out with that earlier this year. So, and it comes with the gas rod already permanently pinned in. So I'm excited to try that. So you shoot and suppressed and unsuppressed, you want adjustable gas. If you're never going to shoot suppressed, don't worry about it. Don't spend the money on adjustable gas.
If you are or are not.
If you're not going to shoot suppressed, then I wouldn't worry with adjustable gas, spending the money on it. But if you're shooting suppressed and then possibly not unsuppressed, it's like when you're, trying out a new round or something like that, you don't run the risk of keyholing through your suppressor. So you'll shoot it unsuppressed. Wilson's also got their 2-stage pre-assembled triggers. I think they're like $158 versus $250 for a Geisley. And it's also adjustable. It's adjustable with the pins on the bottom, so you don't have any rattle in your lower whatsoever. So that's a nice feature. And it comes with the pins that you can put the anti-traveling, whatever they're called, little clamps in. So
what trigger is that again? What brand is that?
It's a Wilson Combat.
Okay.
I got their 3-gun. It's a 3.5 to 4 pounder. So when you're reaching out there, that nice light trigger pull, but it's a 2-stage. It's less than $200, and it is Wilson Combat. I've got a Timony in my AR-10, so I'll see how this one is versus it. But it's a 2-stage.
It beats the crap out of the 14.5-pound mil-spec trigger.
That's right. But Wilson Combat turns out some great stuff, and I'm lucky to have them as a local company. And I picked up a buttstock from them as well. I tell you what, some components are hard to find. I tell you what's hard to find right now, that's scopes. Go to Optics Planet, they're out of everything.
Wow.
I've noticed a lot of places are out of molds too.
Oh, Midway put molds on sale this past week. That's where I started spending money this week, was on Midway, all that 44 Magnum stuff. So I'm excited when Kenny gets that lever gun in for me.
Ozark, I got the mold that you need. It's the last one you'll ever buy. When I go back inside, I'll get the exact numbers. It's a NOE. You can make 3 different hollow points or a flat nose. It's an Elmer Keith bullet.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, if you're shooting it out of a rifle or a revolver, that is a beautiful shooting round. Jamie shot it. Chico shot it. You can one hole all day long with it.
Well, Midway put their Lee molds on sale this week and has the $49 free ship as well. So I think I ended up getting 3 different 44 mag molds from them.
I wanted to go hollow points on the 44, so I went looking at NOE and emailing back and forth and all that, and they said, well, I think this is what you want. It's a 4-cavity. What's his name? Al?
Al,
yeah. I was emailing back and forth with Al, and it's a beautiful mold. It casts great bullets. I've got a couple of different Lee molds. I've got the tumble lube Lee. I've got the round nosed one lube groove Lee. I think it's a 230 grain. I'd have to go look at them, but
I got that big heavy 310 that Georgia Boy likes.
Yeah, the Georgia Boy mold, yeah.
And then the 240, and then I'm gonna say a 200.
Now you're planning on rifle shooting these, or?
Yeah, it's gonna be a carbine 16-inch lever gun.
Okay, yeah. I found the bigger the bullet, the better they fly. Out of my Henry, that's the way it is.
Yeah. I'll be saving up my quarters, Eagle. I think we already got 6 of those barrels sold if they're 20-inch. How long are they, Eagle? Do you know, bud?
And what caliber are we talking now? I've been dealing with dogs and frogs and pools and
the 6mm.
We're talking about the 6mm ARC.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha.
Pastor, that's that Lee 200 grain round flat, which is the same profile as the 158 round flat. That I did a lot of work on that in my 35 Remington, and buddy, that sucker is. I mean, I just love that bullet.
I just got that in the 2-cavity Georgia Boy. So heck, it was only $14, something like that. So
that is a fine bullet, and I'm sure it's going to shoot well in the 358 Eagle too. You getting you one of those barrels, aren't you, Ozark?
Well, now that I've gone the other direction with all this other stuff, I'm probably going to hold off on that. Like I said, my next purchase has got to be a safe because I am out of room.
You're gonna outgrow that one.
And I'm putting 2 more rifles in.
So George Boy's talking about 44 instead of 358.
Right.
Yeah, he's talking the 44 200 grain. Not that one. Hang on, I'm going through molds right now. All right, no, not that one. Close. No, that's buckshot.
Yeah, Eagle Eye, I would probably want a 12-inch since I've got a 20.
This is probably it. Yeah, it's the 430 240 grain 6 cavity Lee mold. That's the tumble lube. That's a good mold right there. I like it.
I was asking Jim about that. He hadn't shot it.
I like that one. Okay. This one's got too much lead over poured on it just to keep it sealed. No. That's Tim's favorite bullet.
Does anybody reload 32 ACP? I don't.
I need to because, well, no, actually 32 long Colt. Because I actually have a Colt chambered in 32 long Colt. It belonged to my aunt's grandfather, and it ended up in my lap for some reason. And 32 auto just does not work in that baby.
Yeah.
That's how you cut your finger off right there. It's a nice
One of the reasons I have multiple guns in the same caliber, I just don't like and I know this is weird. I don't like buying different components for new. I like everything being my wheelhouse. I don't want to start a new caliber. I start a new caliber, I got to buy dies, molds, brass, bullets, probably in different powders.
And a new tool head just to keep from resetting everything every time.
Yeah.
I found it's worth spending unless you're talking Dillon or something like that, it's worth spending the $12 or $18 or whatever, depending on what kind of pressure you're running, to just get another tool head and set it up, set it and forget it.
These little buggers up there.
I don't have a press that'll use those, Martin.
These are the Hornadies. And then Lee jumped on the bandwagon.
I'm going to cut the frogs up for a minute.
But I tell you what sold me on that whole thing is the way that the 6mm arc, the way it shot for West Desert Shooter was outstanding. And I know I don't shoot like he does because I don't live in the desert. I can't go out there every other day and practice, but yeah, man. Well, Ozark, it looks like it's me and you, brother. We've been 30.
I'm here. I've just got frogs in the background, and it's probably annoying everybody.
What?
I can turn the lights on. Hang on. I'm just sitting on the back porch.
Well, everybody just likes to see y'all, man.
Oh, well, here we are. We're right here. Well, we lost Chico. Apparently, we lost Ozark. I don't know that he knows he's muted.
Sorry about that. I had a conversation with my son.
Oh. My bad. I saw you were talking, and it looked like you were looking at a computer monitor and just talking. Like, apparently, he doesn't know he can.
My son came in the room while we were talking. So, yeah, I just had a conversation with him.
Thanks, Walter. I appreciate that.
Yeah, with Hornady behind it, we'll get lots of support on that. So.
That is true.
Yeah. barrel I bought was a ballistic advantage in the DMR setup in the 20-inch. So it's not going to be the lightest barrel, but I'm not going to be floating it around, like I would be hog hunting or something like that.
It's not a running and gunning kind of
Right.
caliber anyway.
I also got me 100 of these fatties. 58 SOCOM, the Midway actually had them on sale.
And they had them in stock. I saw
In
that.
stock and on sale, which is like once a year combination.
There you go.
Actually, saw that. I was looking around on Midway because, good Lord, I've been getting a bunch of emails from them. Guess they want me to place another order. But, yeah, I was looking around. And I was like, ooh, they actually have it. I was looking at the oddball stuff I don't even have. And I was like, oh, they got that. And then I started looking at stuff that I wanted out of stock. What son of a bitch.
Hey, Jamie, I sent you that letter that I had from Federal on the ammo prices going up effective August. I don't know if you wanted to share that with everyone, but it looks like with the current demand of ammunition, you guys that are still buying factory ammo, the center fire is going up 5% and the center fire rifle is going up 10% effective August 1st. So anybody on the side chat thinking about getting into reloading, it's not a bad time to start thinking about it.
I'm going to have to start stopping by Cabela's on my way home. And I don't need primers, but if they got some, I'll pick some up. But
Federal doesn't have Lake City feeding that cash cow anymore. They lost the Lake City contract. So, that was their bread and butter, was feeding the military. So I could see why Federal would be going up on their ammo.
Yeah, when you're talking Federal, I mean, you're also talking CCI and Spear. I mean, that's all the same conglomerate right there. So, yeah, that's it. I just sent it over there.
I can't blow it up any bigger, but if y'all can get close enough to read that.
I believe it says that ammo prices are going up.
It definitely says ammo's going up effective August the 1st. So that probably means that in turn, components will be going up too.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to have to start stopping by Cabela's and see what they got. I don't need primers, but that's the only thing that I'm low on. I'm
always low on primers, it seems like.
Well, by low, I'm not low by any means, but they say you're only supposed to keep 10,000 in your home at any given time. I like to keep 10,000 of each type.
Well, that 10,000 is a fire code, so be aware that if you have a fire in your home and they find out that, you won't get paid your insurance.
I figure if I have a fire in my home and it ends up burning all my primers, they won't know how many I have anyway.
This is true.
So you can take your code and your lawmaker that passed that code and shove it.
So they'll be like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Go ahead, count them.
You had 10,000 on Kyle.
I'll wait.
I also got a big bucket of old primers in there.
Exactly. Yeah. How you gonna know? I got 5 or 6 1-pound powder jugs full of used primers. I don't know what to do with them. I don't want to throw them away. I can find some, maybe put them in a shotgun shell. Hell, it'll be fun.
I usually just dump them in my recycling bin.
That is a really cool tip right there.
Yeah, the peanut butter bottles are great. I was going to comment on that for JCM. I built me a little shelf and I super glued 308 cartridges that were busted or split, sticking straight up, and Elite turret sits right on top of it. Fits great.
Yeah, but if you put them down in a peanut butter jar, it doesn't keep the air off of them, man.
Well, mine don't really matter, but I might bust out the 45 long Colt this weekend. I got to do a little bit of running around. Got to get some dog food and, stuff like that. But other than that, I'm Angel's working all weekend. I'm free all weekend, so I got to mow the grass and kill some time. So take the dog for a walk and start loading up some 45 long colt.
Well, I'm here to tell you, Paul, I am very interested in MP molds. Not that I don't like NOE and Lee, but you can do those look just top quality.
I don't have any, but I'm in the same boat as you. We're paddling the same canoe.
And while I got you on the line, Kyle,
I didn't do it.
yeah, you did. This here stuff is awesome, man.
You like that?
I love this. It smells so good.
You gotta rub on it for a little bit to get it melted down because I put a little bit too much beeswax in it, but I think I did good on everything else.
Yeah, it's well, I won't say what it's as hard as. So.
Like a rock.
Yeah.
Just don't put it in the microwave.
No.
I need to mix some more up and wait on Ozark to get on board, and I'll send him a jug.
Like growing a big old beard.
It's just homemade. It's homemade beard balms. All it is.
No. My mother calls them Osama bin Laden beards.
Whoa. I don't want to wrap it over my shoulder and wipe my butt with it.
What else is on the list tonight, Jamie? We talked about the scales and the 6mm. What else was on the?
Well, we had originally wanted to talk about 5110, but we pushed that back to next week, and we're going to invite Mr. Levergun's 5110 on for next week. Well, let me try this.
Well, I ordered the barrel from Brownell, so that means it'll be like 2 weeks before I actually get it. And my lady that does Cerakote, she's 3 weeks out, so it'll be probably mid-July before I actually build this gun.
It might be your America gun.
Marca. And we're already planning 4th of July. We're going to spend way too much money on fireworks.
I like making my own.
That's the American way, man.
We're going to social distance over a smoked brisket and a bunch of fireworks.
Good Lord, what time's dinner?
Oh, about supper time.
I can't imagine your brisket.
Oh, I can.
That's what I
actually cheat when it comes to brisket. I only smoke them about 4 hours because you're not going to get any more smoke penetration. And I wrap it full and do it in the oven the rest of the night. So that's my secret on brisket because I can control the temperature.
I'm actually fortunate. My smoker, I can build a nice smoky fire with that side box that's on it and get all the smoke I want. Then I can wrap everything and just load it up with charcoal, and it'll run the rest of the night at the exact same temperature. I got one of them barbecue gurus, you know, the temperature probe on the grill, temperature probe in the meat, and the fan blowing in the firebox. You just seal everything off. It'll stay 180. It'll stay 210. It'll stay 275. It'll stay 380, whatever you set it to.
And whatever you do, first you take it off, you let that brisket rest for about an hour, hour and a half. Yep. And don't slice it until somebody's ready to put it on their plate.
Yep.
That's the secret to good brisket. If you slice it ahead of time, forget about it.
All right, baby girl, come on. Come on, sweetie. She has to come out here and see what all the hubbub's about.
All right, so are we thinking about 18-inch barrels now?
I've seen it go back and forth from 18 to 24. I don't think we come to a conclusion yet.
Well, I want 12. I won't be the oddball here like my beard.
I want a 9.5.
You've been playing that since you were 12.
I tell you what, I want no shorter than 18 and as big a profile as we can get, because they just work better.
You talking about like a bull barrel? 20?
Or
Yeah.
the RMR or whatever, it's bull barrel till you get to the gas block and then drops to 750.
Right. That's exactly how, my 358 drops down to that biggest gas block.
950. Mm-hmm.
There's something to be said about a bull barrel. I've got a bull barrel AR in 223, and you can mag dump for a minute before that baby gets hot. But them pencil barrels and all that stuff, after about 10, 15 rounds, not even mag dumping, just target shooting. You gotta open that bolt and let that baby cool off. You can cook bacon on it.
Pretty cool, man. So yeah, I just like the bigger around. They just seem like they whip less. They're more, more solid, and they take longer to heat up. But then when you do get them hot, they take a lot longer to cool back down.
This is true.
Well, instead of typing, Thorax, I totally agree. I just want everybody to take a chill pill, sit back and go, all right, deep breath. Maybe that's a bad analogy. Sorry. Everybody that I've talked to agrees the cop was in the wrong. Let's just stop all this horse crap and get back to living normal life. And maybe everything that's happened has brought enough attention to what's going on where, people can start rethinking a couple of things. Hell, now you got people in Minnesota talking about getting rid of the police force. What the hell is wrong with y'all?
They're not talking about doing away with the police force. What they're talking about in reality is canning everybody that works for them now and getting in a group.
No, sir. I hate to disagree with you. They're talking about disbanding the police department and having the people of the neighborhoods be their own police force.
Yeah. If they want to see violence,
let's see how far that shit goes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's hard to believe what you see and hear anymore because the media is taking crap off social media and running with it. I think it'd be a good week for everybody to turn freaking social media off. And like you said, take a breather. I'm all for the folks marching and stuff, but this crazy crap that's coming along with it.
Yeah, I'm not about criminal activity. I'm all about peaceful protest. That's cool. I'll march with you. Because I agree, the cop was wrong. And so were the other bastards that sat around and watched him do it.
What I learned today was one of them, it was his third day on the job, and the other one, it was his third patrol. And those two guys were working under that bastard that did it.
Well, but they knew what was right and what was wrong and didn't do a damn thing about it.
Right.
Although one of them did say, maybe you ought to roll him on his side. One of them did say that, and that's going to be his saving grace if there is one. Because it is on camera that he did say that.
Right.
What's up, Willie?
Let's welcome Willie Bullman to
They're all toast in my mind. They're all toast.
Oh, but no, I understand. They all, and as well they should be.
Yes, sir.
That violates everything they were ever taught, period, as far as taking somebody into custody. It was wrong. I totally agree. I will march with you. However, I will not stand next to you while you start destroying businesses and lighting shit on fire. No, thank you. I'm going home.
Absolutely.
I'm in your ballpark.
I don't know. You guys are talking about how the ammunition is supposed to go up. a friend of mine and my wife both saw there's supposed to be some law they're trying to pass nationwide of increasing ammunition and all reloading supplies and everything. So if that gets in, you know what's going to happen here in California because they elect all they say yes to all this crap. So if it happens, it's going to go across the board. I hope it doesn't happen. Let's put it that way.
Well, I quit believing in rumor and conjecture this week. I can tell you that
Yes, sir.
because Congress hadn't done jack squat this week. So
I did see something, a silver lining to this cloud, with everybody arguing about not being able to have guns when they need guns to defend themselves because the cops won't do anything. I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of anti-gun legislation go anywhere for the next couple of months. So they're actually talking about repealing a bunch of previously passed gun laws in several states. And one of them is actually, I believe, in California, because they've made it so hard for a legal law-abiding citizen to purchase a firearm when their town is being burned down. All they want is the first-time gun owner. I just want the ability to be able to protect myself, and they're 30 days out. Like, hey, y'all voted for it.
Yeah. Well, my friend's wife said, "Hey, you know what? Father's Day is coming. Why don't you go buy? You can buy a gun, a pistol." So he said, "Cool. I want to buy a 9mm." He went on Gun Broker. He found an FFL in California who worked with him. He went through 35 different model guns, and it's all non-California legal, non-California legal, non-California legal, because of one digit was off on it. Just 35 different Smith & Wessons, the Tauruses, everything. Not California legal, not California legal. So he finally went into a gun store and bought one that was legal in the gun store at that time.
you know, my advice to anybody getting their first gun is just shotgun.
Well, he has that. He just wanted to buy a 9mm because he hasn't had a 9mm for a long time, and poor guy had to pay out his ass to get it.
And this goes along what Thorzak's just said. You do not want the United States military coming in to stop this.
Oh, no.
The National Guard is fine. You know, that's the next step up. You don't want to tell the Army, the Marines, the Air Force, the Coast Guard, you don't want to tell them, go in there and make this shit stop, because people will die.
Oh, yeah.
They will tell you what, back up. You take one more step forward, you're gone.
That's what they're trying to do.
Yep.
Those
They're
idiots
trying to turn everything upside down.
shooting paintballs at people on their own porch. Like, really?
And my hat's off to the military and to the National Guard for not losing their cool. You know, I mean, they know that they're in a pivotal spot. If shit gets sideways, they're there to stop it. But shit's not sideways. Oh, look, they poured water on my plate carrier. Good, I was hot anyway. You know.
Yeah, just wait until one of those civilians
that's the
get
idea
hit.
that they're having right now, and that's cool.
Just wait until one of those civilians gets hit with a sub round. It's gonna change his mind real fast.
Well, the first rule of defense when you're defending in a civil disturbance like this is you're not going to use firepower. You're going to use the butt of that rifle, and there's going to be a bunch of people with broke faces laying in the streets crying.
They'll fire sib rounds before they fire 5.56. You know that.
Yeah. That's the last resort. Then you got the Humvee in the back with a 50 on top, and they're going to say, "Down, dog." Everybody's going to drop, and it's done.
Yeah, if I had a 20-year-old sitting in a Humvee with a 50 pointing at me, damn right I'm stopping. If not, you're dumb.
It's just people being stupid, and it's all organized by somebody. Where else are all these pallets of bricks and rocks and shit coming from?
I'm
Well,
so
that's
sick of hearing.
Hey, false. The one down in Frisco, Texas, which is greater Dallas. if you zoomed out on the picture a little bit further, you showed the brick wall they were getting ready to repair, and they've been there almost 2 months. Baltimore or Cleveland or wherever the hell they were talking about there was repair on a cobblestone street. You know, that's just social media going wild.
I'm just getting sick and tired of it. Antifa. It's like,
Well, the way I look at it, wasn't they declared a domestic terrorist organization?
Yeah, on Monday they were.
Okay, so you walk around with that flag on your back, you get arrested, no questions asked. Send them to Gitmo.
yeah, no shit.
We got a towel and a 5-gallon jug of water for you.
I seen a. Go ahead.
Exactly. You do not want the military to respond because you are all equally worthless.
Go ahead, Squatch.
Yeah, I seen an album on Facebook, and I think it was in upstate Idaho, where the militia come together, the 2A supporters, and protected the businesses and let the protest happen and peacefully. And it was a good collaboration between the Second Amendment supporters and the First Amendment supporters. And it just goes to show you can't have one without the other. You can't have First Amendment rights without Second Amendment rights. And it just goes to show that we need each other and we all need to come together. And that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it with all this.
And Eagle Eye is exactly right. Don't be a hero. Once you pull that trigger, your life just changed.
All right, so
Down.
all right,
Chill out.
back to a more fun subject. Willie went shooting.
Legos. Let's talk Legos.
Let's don't.
Lincoln Logs?
I did
Come
go
to work with me, man.
top today. Thank you. Chris.
Oh, easy.
I got sunburned and
If they would just drink more beer, they would chill.
I say you just smoke everybody out with marijuana because I've never seen a stoned person be that pissed off.
That's right. Do
I have.
weed gas instead of tear gas. They'll all sit down and just hug each other.
He's shooting weed at us, man.
And already the restaurants will get overrun. Man.
The only thing I've seen a pothead kill is a bag of Doritos.
Or cheese puffs, one or the other.
One of the other. So there's that. I mean, yeah.
See, we don't even need a clutch. We just change gears. It's great.
Those West Covina, those crunchy ones, man. The hard ones, not those puffy ones.
Chester Cheetos.
Cheetos instead of cheese puffs.
yeah, Cheetos. I'm addicted to those right now.
Oh, those little cheese balls that Uncle Jim had in like the 5-gallon jug from Sam's.
I'm telling you, I'm 50-50 either way. I'll take cheese puffs. I'll take Cheetos.
No, I love the old crunchy Cheetos. Those are my thing. Cheese puffs, they're okay, but
I like the Cheetos when they're the fiery hot ones.
But cheese puffs give you a nice target to fill full of water and shoot like Jim does.
That's true. That's
They
true.
all tear up the roof of your mouth like Captain Crunch anyways.
Oh, Captain Crunch used to rip my mouth all apart.
Yeah, but I could go for some crunch berries right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I miss a bowl of cereal. That's not fair.
Jamie, you got to get this under control. These guys are out. They're just out of whack, man.
Yeah, y'all are talking over each other again. All right, so we're going to be eating cereal and smoking dope now, all right?
Hell yeah, sounds great. Who's going to pay the cut for me at work?
I'm not having no cereal. I want to see a man run for
But
the
you ain't
door.
above smoking dope. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'll smoke a good bong. Trust me. I can go in my son's room and get high right now.
Chico, you come back just in time, brother.
Help me, Chico. I'm drowning, brother.
You missed the good part, brother.
Hey, I'm from California. We don't puff past.
I've been here the whole time, but I noticed my computer started roboting again, so I went mute and started closing out some programs I had open. You know, like So I'm not sure if it's doing it now.
No,
But-
you good right now.
I can normally-
cleared out his
I
daddy
normally
porn
tell
stuff.
because everybody's picture goes off and it'll start circling. So
That's your
but I've been
internet,
here.
that's your internet connection.
Page 24.
I don't know. This computer sometimes do that.
Well, the thing about it is we're seeing you talk and then hearing it like 15 seconds later.
I'm hearing you right on time, Chico.
No, he's been lagging for me. It's all good. I still hear it.
Y'all
So-
need to get y'all a wire, man. Y'all need to wire it up. It'll be more better, more gooder, as my buddy Mario says. More gooder.
It'd be more gooder.
I'm in my room. I had to take my leg off. I couldn't wear it no more. So no hard line to me right now.
Yeah, I hate what they're doing to you about that. About he got a pay increase on Social Security, and
I got
Up
50
over.
cents. 50 cents put me up. 50 cents a day put me up to share of cost. So they called me today. I was all happy. I'm going to go shooting. I got a phone call thinking my leg came in. They're like, yeah, your leg's come here Wednesday, but your share of cost is $1,500 and your leg is $1,526. So they'll pay the $26. You pay the $1,500.
I tell them to shove the insurance straight up where the sun don't shine and go give them $1,526.
I'm just like, no, I don't have $1,526.
Well, I don't either. Hell, I'm divorced.
So I'm like, okay, cool. I said, you're going to hold on to my new leg for a couple of months. I get the money together. So that's just life. You know, it's how it is.
It's some bullshit is what it is.
Yeah, 50 cents though. I can understand if they said, you know what, Mr. Young, yeah, here, we gave you $500 extra a month. Cool. Or $100 extra a month. Or even $30 extra a month. But 50 cents, you know?
Yeah, you want your 50 cents back now?
That's what I told him. I said, take the 50 cents back. I said, I don't want it. Oh, Mr. Young, you have to get it every year. You get a pay increase. I'm like, gee, thanks.
Yeah. Here's your pay increase. Now you can't afford to lube.
I think Thorzak's nailed it right there. Someone did the math on that.
Yep, someone did the math.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
Thorzak's got off a good one earlier when we were talking about the price increase on ammo. He says, I got to start going to the store. I don't have any pistol bullets. Can you imagine?
Well, neither do the stores.
That is true.
Thorzak's got more pistol bullets than Hornady. I'm just saying.
Maybe that's why Hornady don't have any pistol bullets. It comes with Thorzak.
No, Thorzak makes his own.
I know. He sells them to Hornady.
I was in my gun shop today, visiting and hacking like I always do with them, and somebody came in to buy some 9mm bullets, and they're like, "Oh, we got right there those 60 grain frangibles or whatever they are." I can't even remember the name of them, but they're freaking ridiculous, like $36 a box, and they're strictly a target load. And he's like, man, I don't want that. He said, I've been 5 stores today, Bass Pro included. Nobody's got 9mm. I'm like, I do.
I do. I shot a lot of them today. I do.
Yeah, hashtag reload much.
He looked at me like, you're an asshole.
You're like, we cast. Oh, I got to tell y'all what I did yesterday at work. Okay, so all the guys, we're doing this refresh Chromebook thing where we take all the old Chromebooks out of school and put new Chromebooks in. And we're all supposed to be going out to the schools and flipping the lids and clearing the data, local data, and all that crap. Well, my work van, the battery was dead. So instead of doing the Chromebook lid flipping, I couldn't go because my van wouldn't run. And I drove my personal car one day. So I went down to the bus shop, started kicking around with those guys, and the director is leaving, and I said, "Man, did y'all ever get me any lead off of the balancing machines?" And they said, "Man, we just lay them there." I said, "Where's my bucket?" Because I got a bucket down there that says, "Jamie, used wheel weights. They're supposed to be throwing them in there." He said, "Man, just go get what you want." So I had free run of the bus shop to pick up wheel weights. And so they don't have many, but the ones they got are,
I was gonna say bus wheels are 22.5s. That's some good weights right there.
Those are some big ones.
I got one that's probably 6 inches long and the weight stamped on there. But the cool thing about that is
that's probably a 7-ounce weight.
While I'm in there picking out what I want myself, see, they got those things, those pliers. Chico knows about them, and you do too, Kyle. Those pliers where you squeeze the wheel weights on the rim.
Yeah.
So I just took one of them, and I'm testing them all before I throw them in my bucket, And I left all the steel there. I left all the. They weren't no zinc there.
Oh,
so
I would say you left the zinc.
There wasn't any. So I got this. It's about. I only got like a third of a bucket, but man, it's already kind of like that. Yeah.
Those are the ones for putting.
That's what you take them off and put them on with.
That's what you take when you go to Walmart. Pick them up people's cars.
These were a lot bigger than those, and they had the points on the front. Come to a point, and that they were just perfect for testing those wheel weights. And so, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Everyone has to have a set of those wheel weight hammers. So when you go to Walmart, you see a big truck of wheel weights, take them off. They'll never know until they're driving 50 miles per hour.
I bet the kid that's off everybody's bicycle wheel.
I work for a big truck dealership, and I can't tell you how many people have come back saying, "Now I got a vibration."
I said, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah, I'd have all your mechanics throw the wheel weights in my bucket. Throw them all in there.
I'm fortunate enough to have a local aftermarket parts person that is in the professional side for all the dealerships and everything in town. And I went around to all the dealerships. No. We save them. We recycle them, whatever. The owner keeps them, whatever. And I went and talked to my buddy, and he goes, "I got you." I'm like, "Where'd all these come from?" And he goes, "This place, this place, this place." I said, "The same people that were telling me that the owner keeps them and they recycle them." He goes, "I got pull." That's where you got your bucket from, Jamie. That's where all these buckets on the back porch came from.
Yeah, so we're doing something kind of weird at my work. With the COVID thing and all that, and I don't want to get political before we get off here. We got back into the reloading and casting stuff, and I want to stay there. But I'm wondering how many times I'm going to get to do that again, because we're having budget cut, and our director of transportation is retiring. And so instead of hiring somebody else to take over, they're putting our director of maintenance over the bus shop, which is okay, I guess. It'll be him having to do 2 jobs. He's probably going to be an executive director like the rest of them, get the big bucks. But yeah, that's where we're at.
Well, I hope you're friends with that person or become chums with that person. Maybe you can get the wheel weights from him still or her.
Take him to the varsity.
My Kester
Do what, Ozark?
I said Mike Kester missed the groundhog twice. I said he needs a 6mm arc.
That's what I'm thinking. I ain't kidding, man. West Desert Shooter was nailing it. But, he was not shooting the AR. It was an AR platform. It was an AR bolt action.
Right. They're going to be producing bolt rifles for it, but I mean, multiple companies. CMMG is going to be doing it. Wilson Combat's going to be doing it. Axon's making barrels for it. They've got like 8 companies lined up for barrels and uppers. So, you know, Horny didn't screw around on this one.
My goodness, I would love to go groundhog hunting. I do ground squirrels, but groundhogs is such a big target compared to a ground squirrel.
Yeah, so it's getting about that time. Yeah, Thorax really, with everything else we have at our disposal that we've already bought, is the wheel weights, and we can go from there. So Squatch has been kind of quiet, and where the Bullet Man came in late, we're missing the Scotsman. He run off. We missed Sharenda too. So let me run through the side chat if that's okay. Chico's having problems. We got Wes Covina out there, Mike Hester, Big E, Thorzax, Lakeview Outdoors, Jerry 1911, Chico Wise is in the room. Big E, Mike Hester, I already said him. 6-shooter Texan, John's hand loading. Mike Hester, I already said him 3 times now. Yeah, y'all go back a ways. Big E, Lakeview, Eagle Eye Shooting, Squatch Reloading is in the room. Mario Mosen, James Pollard, Lakeview Outdoors, K24, Russ Brumelo, PC Bullet Empire, Hitting Steel CA, Broke Loader. Good to see you out there, brother. Georgia Shooting Connection, Tread is out there. And I'm already back to 940. Reloader 762, Big E, MCK. Yeah, we got off the rails tonight. American Reloader, Floyd Hicks. Jerry 1911 again. American Reloader again. Willie Bullet Man, who joined us. And that's as far back as I can go, back to 932. So
Uncle John's out there.
Uncle
Chris
John.
338.
Yep, Chris is there.
Andy Z28. Andy 79 Z28.
I wonder when Andy's going to figure out he's got too many numbers.
It's too late, man, once you've done it. So thank all y'all for joining us tonight. And I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. I know we always have a good time, and we depend on y'all for topics and everything. I want to especially thank Squatch and Ozark for joining us. Bill Walsh is still out there. Yeah, Rebel. I'm sorry. Mike Hester. He says nobody knows Mike Hester. He's Rebel. So tell us, let's go through the room. Tell us what you got going on. Squatch, what you working on, brother?
Well, I'm still trying to catch up on brass prep, but the big thing I got cooking right now is tomorrow me and Mama's going out. We're going to take the side-by-side out and have a good day of riding, just me and her. So that's a good vacay for us, away from our 4 little munchkins running around. But that's the main thing. And then I'm going to get back at reload some 223. I got a bunch of brass to finish trimming up, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And hopefully get some new videos out here pretty soon. So I've been answering a lot of questions from guys from the YouTube channel and Facebook. My phone's blowing up tonight. Guys wanting to get into reloading, so I'm going to do what I can to get some more people involved in the craft, and people stop paying these high ammo prices and roll their own. And I also got some new powders coming, so I'm going to experiment some different colors. I told my wife I want to make her a box of Skittles to shoot through her 9mm. So that's what I got cooking.
Taste the rainbow.
That's right. Taste the rainbow.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight, man. We'll have you back pretty soon. And we just got to get you come out of your shell a little bit more. Of course, when we get going, man, we're talking over each other. Nobody can hear anything. So I appreciate you, brother. And I got to do 223 also, but I'm gonna be doing some. Reading T7 videos and 358 and that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. So Ozark, we know a little bit about what you got coming up. So we're looking at July before this new video gets out.
For a new video, I tell you what, I've sucked so bad in the last year on videos, but yeah, I'm sure I'll do something on it. The barrel's coming from Brownells, so that's probably at best 2 weeks out from them. Cerakoting's 3 weeks out. Of course, it won't take me, but a few hours at most to build it. But all my reloading supplies are being shipped from Midway on the 14th. That's when Hornady's releasing all that. So I've got the dies, I've got the brass, they're releasing a case gauge as well. That's all coming out. My house has been in a huge wreck. My refrigerator, the water line to my refrigerator leaked, and I had to replace about 300 square feet of hardwood floors, and they're old school nail down hardwood floors. Well, they're finally refinishing them next weekend. So I'll be able to get my kitchen out of my living room and my living room out of my garage and all that, and settle my house back down and get back into my reloading room. I've got about 1,000 cases of 223 prepped. I just got another 100 458 SOCOMs in, and when the 6mm comes in, I'll be jumping on that. I've got that pickup truckload of stuff from that I bought 2 weeks ago, all that reloading equipment and brass and everything else. I still got to sort through all that because this floor thing happened right after I got it organized. So yeah, my bucket's full for the rest of summer.
Sounds like.
Yeah.
Willie, what you got going, bro?
You're muted, Willie.
Thank you. Now I got to back up what PC Bullet Empire said, Ozark. You took the gun apart, you had it Cerakoted, but you never did a putting the Star BM back together video. So I'm pounding hammers. You need to make that video. I know that you've been carrying it, you've been shooting it and everything, but everyone wants to see that video.
I tell you what, I get comments from all over the world on that video.
You need to finish it.
I've got it shot. It's sitting in my computer here. I just got to edit it and get it put together. So I hear you.
And I just need to do a little tweaking on my 358 Eagle and a little tweaking on my 9, and I'll be good to go. At least I got some rounds fire formed, So I had some fun burning some cordite today.
Good deal. So what powders are we looking at for 6mm ARC?
I imagine it's those middle powders that they're using for Grendel and stuff like that, but they're not releasing the reloading date until the 14th. So,
So we don't know.
It'd be a guess at that point.
All right. Okay, Kyle.
It's probably going to be your powders like for your 300 blackouts, like your 4227s, your 335s, that kind of stuff is what I'm thinking.
Reloader 7, that kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, the slow pistol, fast rifle.
Yeah, 1680, that kind of stuff is what I'm thinking.
And if I can say one more thing, Pat, once the AR-10's done, you're going to see lots of videos of it, and I appreciate everything, Pat. I love you, brother. I truly love you. I'm done.
Rebel, I was just giving you a hard time.
Okay, so you saw that. Okay.
Jamie, are you busy in the morning?
I don't know. I'm doing a video, doing that reloading workshop with the Emperor and Willie and Ocean tomorrow.
Well, that's at 3:00, sir.
Right.
And maybe with Kenny, maybe.
I was
Hopefully,
gonna say,
Kenny.
if you ain't got nothing to do in the morning, I'll be more than happy to either cook us breakfast or run and go pick it up down the street, and we can do a casting session if you want to.
Well, or we can go to the range because John's Mountain's opened back up.
Or we can do that too.
We'll talk about that in the after chat. What are you going to be working on, man? Are you ever going to do another YouTube video? Public wants to know.
Oh, inquiring minds want to know. Yeah,
Sunday survivals.
I had a pretty good one planned. Actually, preacher provoked me last weekend, but I got rained out. Yeah. I just, man, work's been just stupid busy. Everybody's been driving their trucks till they won't move anymore, and then getting their buckets of crap towed in for us to work on because they won't run anymore. And you know, they were making the money while the money was good, and well, the money's still pretty good. It's just their trucks are so worn out they can't run them anymore. So I mean, work's been stupid, and then by the time the weekend comes, I just don't want to get out. The only time I get out of the bed is to let the dog out to pee. It's pretty sad, but yeah. Okay, blueberry pancakes on an open fire. That sounds like a Christmas song.
We picked our first blueberries yesterday.
And I got to do a grits video.
Jeremy Gunslinger's wife did that blueberry pancakes on open fire video.
I need to do some more. I need to do some more cooking videos, some more cast iron Wednesdays, some more survival Sundays. I've just been the way YouTube's been. I'm scared to show what I'm doing anymore. Yeah.
And done the Star BM assembly deal. I've got to leave a major section of it out, so I can probably figure that.
But yeah, we're gonna have some fun over here. I might have a frog dissection. Who knows?
All right. So
make you some.
Chico, bail me out of here, brother.
Say, Kyle, make you some of those snake shot loads and start taking out some tree frogs.
I can go in the front yard right now and get you a snake. I figured a cat would drag it off.
Okay, Chico.
Hear me?
Yes. And
Quite possible. Everyone, thanks for joining us for another Friday Night Georgia Student Connection. We really appreciate y'all. I'm having some connection issues, so I appreciate everyone joining us. Last I checked, it was like 40 of y'all. But then again, I blame the connection issue. So thanks for hanging with us tonight. Thanks to all of our guests, or actually our fans who joined us, and we'll see y'all next week. As Jamie said, God willing.
very
How
cool.
about that?
That's very good, Chico. So, like I said, check us out tomorrow. I guess we're going to be on my channel, 3:00 Eastern Daylight Time, 350 Legend, 358 Eagle Reloading Workshop with me, Willie, Ocean 374, and DC Bullet Empire. Hopefully Kenny can join us, and that's going to be fun. I'm going to be doing some 358 videos with the T7 turret. And with that, we'll let y'all get on with y'all weekend. Y'all please stay safe out there. Do your social distancing and all that stuff. Come back and join us next Friday night. And Lord willing, we'll see y'all then.
Can I say one thing before you wrap it up totally?
Yes.
I want to bring everybody back to about a year ago, and I want to say, Graves!
Yeah, coming up in about a month will be our 1 year anniversary from Dead Zero, and things are starting to loosen up around here. So we're going to be looking for a date to revisit that here this fall. So Chico, that's something we need to be working on and get that together. So we'll be working on that behind the scenes during the week. And one thing we have not done and that we need to get together and work on is we missed our 2 year anniversary. We got to do something about that also. And we are very overtime. So I hope God blesses y'all all real good. We'll see y'all next Friday night. Lord willing, we're in touch. Y'all be in touch. Check us out on Georgia Shooting Connection at gmail.com. If you want to get in touch with us, check us out on Georgia Shooting Connection Instagram. Check out the Reloaders Network, Discord, and Headspace. So, did I get it all right?
You got that one perfect this time. No stumbling.
Good deal. God bless y'all. See you next week. Bye.
Good night.